Hey boys, it's HarmNone. This week in GTA Online we have some pretty good money bonuses going on, contrary to what a lot of people are saying in the community. While they're not the fastest or most ideal ways to earn, you can make a good amount this week if you use the bonuses to your advantage. If you enjoyed this video or you find it useful, a like is appreciated, and please consider subscribing if you are new to my channel. I do these types of videos every single week. Getting started with the weekly challenge, like we usually do, it is going to be to steal from 2 stash houses this week. Now this means you're going to have to get on 2 separate days this week and steal from the stash houses. Now if you don't normally do stash houses anyways, this is your cue to use them daily, because each time you do one you get a random business full supplies, thus saving you up to $75,000 on purchasing said supplies for a business. So this is a great way to make some money this week, as well as get a little bonus on top, because of course those supplies will turn into product, which is worth way more money. Moving on, arguably the best bonus of the week is the double money on street dealer sales. Now if you hit all 3 street dealers every single real life day, you can make just over $500,000 in total, and it takes about 5 minutes as long as you can find out where they spawn every day, and you can use the map that I've linked in the description of this video to do that. So if you sell to the street dealers the maximum amount that you can every single day, that's about $3.5 million this week for selling some product really quickly and easily. Not a bad way to earn some money overall. Now of course you will need to own some product in each of the businesses that are available to be sold to the street dealers, so make sure you have that product in there before you go to do this. Now the other main money bonus of the week that is arguably the best is on the meth lab, which is on double money and RP. This business prints money so long as it's fully upgraded, and it really helps if you have a mansion as well, because of the production speed boost that you can apply to the businesses. With the mansion you can apply a triple speed production boost, which allows you to fill up your business in just 2 hours instead of the usual 6, obviously assuming that you keep supplies in it at all times and that it's fully upgraded and it never runs dry on those supplies. Now what does this look like money wise? Well, the meth lab usually produces about $74,375 worth of product per hour. However, on double money that is $148,750 an hour. But with the mansion production boost applied as well as double money, it'll make $446,250 an hour, and it'll be ready to sell for $892,500 in a total of just 2 hours. Now you can take this a step further and sell in a crew session like the ones that we host through our Discord server, or in a public session and get a high demand bonus, which will give you a total figure of $1,338,750 per sale of your business, assuming there's 20 or more players in whatever session you're selling in. That means that roughly every 2 hours you could make up to $1,338,750 every time you sell your meth lab. Now the only real consideration here is that every second day you will have to use your manager's production boost on a different business to reset it being available on your meth lab again. So that is something to consider, but you can definitely take advantage and make a ton of money using this week. Now the other money bonus that's going on this week is 4 times money and RP on the community series jobs, which were made by community members. Now for completing all of the jobs this week, there is a $500,000 bonus available that you'll receive within 72 hours of completing the objective here, which is going to be to complete all of the new missions. Now there are 7 in total. However, the missions themselves don't actually pay that amazingly well. Now while the missions are pretty fun and interesting, for spending about 9 minutes and 30 seconds in one of the new missions, I was paid $56,000. Now if you do all 7 and they all pay the same amount, you can probably expect to make just shy of $400,000. But with the additional $500,000 on top from the bonus, I would say that this is worth doing, but they could certainly be better paying, that's for sure. However, I will say the change of pace of these missions from the usual stuff we do in GTA Online is quite nice, and I would recommend taking advantage of this bonus. This week, of course, we also have a new HSW time trial available for those of you that have access to it, and this week the route is Textile City to Stab City, which is a relatively easy one. Now you're going to want to start by heading out of Textile City itself and getting onto the freeway immediately, and you're going to follow it up to around the casino. Now from here, I typically like to cut across traffic at one of the breaks in the barriers. and get up to the road that goes past Martin Madrazo's ranch and Redwood Lights eventually. Now you're going to head through the four-way intersection in Harmony and keep going down until it's time to cross the bridge over to Stab City, and boom, just like that, you've made $250,000 in no time at all and very easily. Now for this time trial, I recommend something like the Hakucha Drag, Banshee GTS, or maybe even the Vapid FMJ Mark V if you have access to one. Honestly, any of these will work. In fact, most HSW vehicles will work. These are just the ones that are going to get it done the quickest. Now, before I end this video, we do know that CEO Cargo is getting a bonus next week. However, it's not double money. It is a $500,000 bonus for selling $500,000 worth of CEO Cargo. So I would recommend filling up your warehouses this week with the warehouse technicians. That way it's nice and passive. You don't have to spend a lot of time doing it in preparation for this money bonus that's going on next week. Do I wish this was double money? Yes, absolutely I do, but we don't have it. And that is very unfortunate, but it seems like Rockstar really does not want to give us double money on CEO Cargo, honestly, ever again. So I don't really think we're ever going to see it. Honestly, this is probably going to be the week to sell your CEO Cargo for those of you that have been hoarding it for a long time. Now, with all that said, those are going to be the best ways to make money this week in GTA Online. I hope that you can take advantage of the bonuses this week. I would focus mainly on selling to the street dealers and making sure that your meth lab is full of supplies and running at all times, and preferably with the mansion production boost going as often as you possibly can. And hopefully, using these two features, you guys will make a lot of money this week. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. I will see you in the next one. Until then, take care. Peace.